Most Bay Area buyers who move to Sacramento make at least one decision they regret. Not because the move was wrong, but because they went into it without a real plan. I've seen it happen with people who cashed out over $1 million in equity. Wrong neighborhood, wrong house. 2 years later, they know it. And the frustrating part is every one of those mistakes was avoidable. So this is the conversation I have with every serious relocation buyer before they do anything else. If you're past, should we move? And you're at, okay, how does this actually work? And this is for you. Stay through the checklist section. That part alone will save you money and probably a fight or two. Before we talk timelines or neighborhoods, I want to get 3 things out of the way, because most of what you've read online is either incomplete or just wrong. Sacramento is not cheaper in the ways you're assuming. The home prices are lower. Yes. Your dollar goes further on square footage. Yes. But here's the thing nobody mentions. Property taxes in California reset at the purchase price. So if you're buying a $700,000 home in Roseville, you're paying taxes on $700,000 day one. Your Bay Area neighbor who bought their $1.2 million house in 2009 is still paying taxes on their 2009 value. Prop 13 is working for them. It starts over for you. That's not a reason to move. It's just a reason to run the real numbers instead of the feel-good version. The suburbs are completely different from each other. Roseville, Rockland, Folsom, Granite Bay, and Eldorado Hills, everyone groups them together because they're all Sacramento suburbs. But they're not the same place. Granite Bay is private, quiet estate lots, almost no walkability. Folsom has a trail system, and downtown that actually has some stuff going on. Younger energy. Roseville is pure convenience and infrastructure. Rockland is kind of in the middle of everything. Moving to the wrong one isn't just a commute problem, it's a lifestyle problem. And fixing it costs you $2,000 minimum in transaction costs. I'll break each one down in a few minutes, but the short version is, don't let Zillow make the call for you. Next, your timeline might be off. I hear it consistently. We need to be in contract in 30 days or we're going to miss the window. I get why it feels urgent. But the buyers who get the best outcomes spend 60 to 90 days in research mode before they make an offer. They drive the commute at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. They spend a Saturday morning in a neighborhood with no agenda. They get clear on which school district actually matters to their kids versus which one they just think matters. The buyers who rush, they get the right house in the wrong place, and they figure that out around month 6. Okay, that's the stuff I had to say first. Here's the actual framework. The move timeline is in 5 phases. I'd screenshot this section, or at least send the timestamp to your partner. You'll want to walk through this together. Phase 1 is 30 to 60 days before you start even searching. This phase isn't about the houses at all. It's about getting aligned before you do anything else. 5 questions you need real answers to before you look at a single listing. What's your actual equity number? Not the Zillow estimate. Call your Bay Area agent or let me know if you need one. Pull comps and calculate what you net after commissions, repairs, and closing costs. That's your real budget. Are you buying before you sell, or are you selling first? This is the most important strategic decision in the entire process. It determines your leverage, your financing options, and how much stress you're carrying. There's no universal right answer, but there's a right answer for your situation, and you need to figure it out before you're in the middle of it. What's the non-negotiable school district? Not preferred, but non-negotiable. Because once you know that, half of your geography is decided before you ever even open a search tab. What's the commute tolerance for each person? If one of you is going to the Bay 2 or 3 days a week, map that drive from the actual neighborhood you're considering, not just from Sacramento in general. What does the lifestyle upgrade look like? Big pool, bigger yard, trails, a real home office? I know that sounds soft, but it's the questions most buyers skip. And then they end up with a house that checks the boxes, but doesn't actually change how they feel about their life. Phase 2, 45 to 60 days out. You're not looking at houses yet. You're building context so that when you do look, you actually know what you're looking at. Drive neighborhoods on a Saturday morning and again on a Tuesday at 5 p.m. Those are 2 different scenarios. Look at where your actual daily errands happen relative to where you're considering living. Check the school ratings, but also look at enrollment trends because ratings lag what's actually happening by a year or 2. Subscribe to a local market update email, mine preferably, not to pressure yourself into moving faster, just to understand what active market versus slow market actually means in the specific areas you're targeting. 30 to 45 days. Now you're looking, but you're filtering from your phase 1 list, not from whatever Zillow decides to show you. Tour homes in person, ceiling height, natural light, street noise, how close the neighbors actually are. None of that comes through on a video. I've had buyers go from, we love this house, on a tour video to, no, in the first 30 seconds of walking in. Also, this market is not 2021. You have negotiating room that didn't exist a few years ago. Inspection contingencies, close of escrow flexibility, seller credits towards a rate buy-down. All of these things are available in most Sacramento submarkets right now. Use them. Phase 4, under contract through closing. 30 to 45 day execution phase. Your lender should already be locked in before you ever go under contract, not after you find the house. Ideally, your pre-approval already factors in your Bay Area sale. Use your full inspection window not to pick a fight with the seller, to actually understand what you're buying. Sacramento inspections commonly flag deferred HVAC, roof age, and drainage. None of those are automatic deal breakers, but you need the information to make good decisions. If there's an HOA, look past the monthly fee, pull the reserve fund balance, and ask about pending special assessments. That's where the surprise cost actually is. In phase 5, the first 90 days after you've gotten the keys. This is the phase everyone underestimates. Give yourself 60 to 90 days before you make any major renovation calls. Live in the house first. Figure out how the light moves through it, how the neighborhood actually feels on a random Wednesday evening, what you actually use versus what you thought you'd use. Then make the changes and get your contractors and services lined up before something breaks. In Roseville and Rockland, good contractors book 2 to 4 weeks out. If you're scrambling after the fact, you're waiting longer than you want to. Here's where I'll sound like I'm generalizing, because I am, a little bit. But these generalizations are useful. Roseville, best overall infrastructure in the region. Retail, medical, schools, freeway access, it's all there. It's also the most traditionally suburban of the 5. Prices run from the high $500,000s to the mid $900,000 range. If you want Bay Area level convenience and you're not willing to give up anything, Roseville's probably your answer. Rockland, just east of Roseville, a little quieter, a little more topography. Rockland Unified is consistently strong. Mix of newer planned communities and older established neighborhoods. Prices are similar to Roseville. Good fit if you want a little more breathing room and a little less traffic. Folsom. Folsom has a character that other suburbs don't. And if that matters to you, it probably matters a lot. Real historic downtown, 32 miles of trail access along the American River. It's a younger community feel, slightly longer drive to the Bay Area than Roseville. Prices run from the high $500,000 range to $1.2 million in the premium neighborhoods. Best fit for buyers who care about the lifestyle infrastructure, the trails, the community, and the things to do, not just square footage. Granite Bay, most private, most expensive, larger lots, estate-style homes, minimal walkability, no downtown. Very high school ratings for prices ranging in the $800,000 to multi-million dollars. Best fit for buyers cashing out significant Bay Area equity who want space, privacy, and top schools, and don't want to compromise on any of it. Lastly, Eldorado Hills. Furthest east, higher elevation, stronger views in some areas. Newer development corridors are solid. Slightly longer commute window, prices ranging from the low $600,000 to over $1 million. Good fit for buyers who want a quieter pace and don't mind adding 10 minutes to the drive. Here's what's going to surprise you. 4 things that consistently catch Bay Area buyers off guard. The heat is real. July and August routinely hit 100 to 105 degrees. If you're coming from the peninsula or the coast, this is a full lifestyle adjustment, not just a weather note. Morning workouts, proper AC, and a pool become non-negotiable pretty fast. You're going to drive more, not sit in traffic, just drive more, especially if you're not in Folsom or Roseville. Factor this in before you choose where to live. The buyers who struggle most with the adjustment are the ones who assume they'd be driving less. Sacramento suburbs, especially the master plan communities, have real community infrastructure. They've got block parties, local events, neighborhood groups people actually use. For most Bay Area buyers, this turns out to be a genuine upgrade. For some, it's more social than they expected, but it's worth knowing in advance. Inventory tagging. Spring moves fast. Fall and winter slow down. If your timeline is flexible at all, November through January is the best buying window. Motivated sellers, less competition. Summer has the most listings, but also the most Bay Area buyers making weekend house hunting trips. If you've made it this far, you're taking it seriously, and you don't mind my monotone voice. So watch some other videos. And that means you don't need more general information. You need a plan and that fits your actual situation. The relocation guide covers everything we talked about today in a format you can actually work through. The full checklist, the neighborhood comparison, the phase-by-phase timeline, and a worksheet that takes your real Bay Area equity number and maps it against actual Sacramento purchase scenarios. The link's in the description. It's free. No form, no email sequence, no catch. And if you go through it and have specific questions, school district, which neighborhoods make sense, for your family, how to time the sale alongside the buy, reach out directly. My contact information's in the guide, and it's in the description. Last thing, if this was useful, share it. Most people making this move are making it with incomplete information. You probably know someone who keeps saying, "We should just move to Sacramento." Send them this. I'm Jayson Flory with Turn the Key Real Estate, and I'll see you in the next one.